do this, people. People doers. All right. So the fun of writing a travel is it's 100 words, no more, no less. 100 words, and so I write the story, and I'm at 107 words. So now I have to trim. I just got rid of one word, which is fun because you can't be any more, you can't be any less. And I think the title, I think the rule is the title can't be more than like 15 words, but the title does not count as part of the story, which is nice. So instead of had been, was. That brings me down to 105 words. Actually, I flew back. I don't think I need to. You don't need to know where it was. So now I'm down 103 words. Boom, 100 words. 100 words. Now I title it. I like that. I like writing 100 words. Tom has not jumped in. Jump over here. Play with this story for a little bit. We'll get to the next page on this one, hopefully. This is just a short story called Cool Papa on the Run. It's not written for anything specific. It was just an idea I had. I already knocked out a chapter of the book that Tom Duffy and I are writing. I just finished that. Drabble. And I'm going to play with 300-400 words on this. Not a lot. I'm sure I'm not going to get the story done. Who the heck is this? Oh, I think we got the new, this is the new, don't park in front of Ed's. This might be the new landscaper. We got rid of the other crew because they weren't going to do my mother-in-law's house. Just gotta get a knock on the door. Don't knock on the door. Just cut the lawn. It's grass. You cut the grass. That's all you guys gotta do. There's 3 of yous. Anyway, we got rid of the let's turn this light off. We got rid of the last ones. Don't come to the door. Don't come to the door. I just wandering around. Alright. I hate when people come to the door. You don't need to come to the door. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to here to cut the grass. No shit. Oh, is that what that lawnmower is for? That's crazy. You guys need to hurry the F up, though, and get this shit done. Grass is very high. We haven't had the other people out. And it's rained every day. It's supposed to rain at some point today. Anyway, this is the team, the crew, whatever they call landscapers, that cut my mother-in-law's property, which is like 3 acres over there. So they cut that. And then the people who were cutting this one used to cut that one. But then they were like, yeah, that's too much property, and they were going to charge us like crazy amount of money. So she hired these people, and then finally she was like, hey, can you guys also do our house? And they were like, yeah. So now these guys, she's just got to pay them once. But they're coming out like every 2 weeks. So one guy is on the riding mower, and the other 2 are singing. They get their earbuds in or something. All right. Good. So you'll hear. Oh, they have 2 riding lawnmowers. This is insane. My property's not that big. So we got 2 riding lawnmowers. The third guy is just kind of walking around looking at his phone. I'm giving you play-by-play on this because I can't concentrate with all this noise. The 2 houses looking out to the left of us, both houses are getting their getting new roofs. And so all morning from like 7:30 this morning, it was a lot of noise, a lot of nail gun hammering noises, men speaking a lot. Miss a spot. And so this is probably going to drive the cats nuts. And so, yeah. So they basically were making a crap ton of noise this morning. So I just blasted some music. But then they stopped, and I think they either stopped because they're done. It didn't take them that long, or they left and went for lunch. They probably went for lunch. I'm guessing it's 1 o'clock. They probably went for a lunch. Are they going to move the bench, or are they going to leave the bench? So much going on. Man, that grass is pretty high. I didn't realize how high the grass was. Till you see grass cut next to it. I'm going to guess the other guy is out back already. I don't know. I just enjoy watching other people work. You know, I pay them. I pay them good money for them to do things I don't want to do. 83 degrees out right now. A little windy. Supposed to rain this afternoon. To be honest with them, so far I'm seeing a lot of spots though. I don't like that. Bonus time is right, Tom. Bonus time. The guys, the landscapers who do your property over there, are here right now doing this property for the first time. I already missed the woman, the Spanish woman, that is usually on the riding mower though. This guy is not nearly as cute. And she stood up on that mower. It was really like a standing mower. Who is calling me? Oh, Johnny Spam Risk. I don't know if Johnny's his first name. Anyway, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write. The guy on the lawnmower says that to 88 miles per hour. Yeah, there's two of them. Two of them. I think one of them is in the backyard, but this guy up front is just killing it. Killing it. The third guy basically just walking around singing, looking at his phone so far. I'm like, I don't know, dude. They're paying you, aren't they? Do something. Get a weed whacker out. Anyway, I finished our chapter this morning. And then I just wrote a drabble, 100 word exactly, from a prompt for a magazine. And the last, yesterday I wrote over 4,000 words. Yesterday I started Down and Dirty 6. I did 1,000 words on a new crime thriller short story for an anthology. I wrote a 932 word flash fiction piece for a magazine. And then I finished, Tom? I finished the story about when my mother-in-law let the dog out. And I'm like, oh, I got a story. I got an idea for a story in this. I finally finished that story after how many months? So I got two things finished yesterday. Plus, then the last 2 days I've sent out submitted two stories each day. And once I get the couple things that I'm done with now that I got done yesterday, once I clean them up, those will go out. So today I have not submitted anything, but I'm going to submit. My goal is to submit every day. I have 18 short stories, I think, that are currently not placed anywhere and not out for submission. So I'm going to do that. Seriously, what's the other guy doing? If now this guy just got off his lawnmower and now he's got the weed whacker out. Like, is he just in charge of the front? At some point, he's going to come over near this window and he's going to look in and he's going to see I'm sitting in here. I mean, what are you looking at, tough guy? Then I'm going to fight him. Probably not, though. It's warm out. Is there a guy with a camo hat, no shirt, and Spider-Man shorts out there? The one guy, the only guy I see has a camo hat, but he's wearing an orange shirt And he does not have Spider-Man shorts on. He has gray shorts on. The other two, one of them has a hat on. I don't think it's camo. He had a yellow shirt, but I think he immediately took it off. And the other guy just has curly hair, and he is, I don't know where the fuck he even went. I'm guessing the other two guys are in the back now, cut in the back. It looks like this guy is just going to do the front himself. Hopefully he doesn't mess up the other people. Whenever the one guy used the weed whacker, he'd whack the shit out of my little free library. Yeah, so somebody has a weed whacker now. It's coming around the side of the house. This is so exciting. Oh, he's moving the chair in front of my window. I'll see him at any point. He's gonna look over. Yeah, the guy who was just playing on his phone now. He's the one cutting the weed whacking out there. He just gave me the look. He just noticed I'm sitting in here. It's hard to concentrate and write. Oh, he's singing. He's got some tunes. He's excited about. You can just tell. He's moving his body around. All right. I wasn't gonna come on today because I wrote this morning. I'm like, no, you know what? I got to keep going. I had a good day yesterday, and I've written every day since Saturday, May 24th was the last day I took off. So it's been, how many days is that? Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 days in a row I've written now. So I'm going to see how many days I can write before I'm just like, you know what, I don't need to write anymore. Doesn't matter word counts or anything, I'm writing. Although, like I said, about 4,000 words yesterday. 4,000 words, and I didn't even write a chapter of what me and Tom are doing. So, bonus. I'm on a freaking roll. Excuse me. And looking at my calendar, I got nothing. On my calendar except for maybe next Sunday. But probably not. I'm going to have a Hershey Kiss, though. Well, hello back to you, Mr. Poppet. You missed a whole dialogue about the new landscapers. Sweet Ocean Pacific. Do they still make those shirts? Man, that was a cool thing to have when you were in high school. All the surfer dudes. Surf's up, bro. They all had Ocean Pacific shorts and shirts. We would always, whenever you would go down to Seaside Heights to the boardwalk, because you're younger than me. I was rocking them in high school. Yeah. I think when you got them wet, right? Weren't they white and then you got them wet and they turned blue or something? Purple? I don't know. I do remember going down to Seaside Heights and everybody would buy the big Big Peckers Surf Wax shirts. I had a couple of those. Freezy Freakies. I'm not familiar with that expression. I guess he mowed the back because he's putting one of the. I don't know. I've never had two riding mowers used concurrently on my property in the 12 years we've lived here. Yep, Doc Johnson was the other one. Yeah. You'd always know who went to Seaside over the weekend. Because they'd be wearing their Ocean Pacific shorts, swim trunks, and their... I was a little too old for the Ed Hardy thing. By the time Ed Hardy became really big, I was already out of school. At that point, I think I was in my 20s and broke. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying any of this crap. Yeah, I'm sure there's pictures of you rocking an Ed Hardy. I think my brother bought me a hat one time or stole a hat or something. I don't believe I ever wore it out. It was at that point that I used to wear my my nuclear assault shirt, a hat that said nuclear assault, and it had the smiley face but just one eye on it. It was like a mutant. I wore that fucking thing everywhere. Probably like a knockoff Ed Hardy. Probably, yeah. Remember going to South Jersey as a kid and seeing 500 billboards for Ron John. Oh yeah, Ron. Yep. Oh yeah. I'm sure there's still 500 billboards for Ron John. Just like down here, there's whatever the surf thing is down in Vero Beach. Might even be a Ron John's. Who knows? I was like, all the kids in high school were always like, "Oh yeah, we're going surfing this weekend." And I'm like, surfing? Fucking good. That ocean is flat as glass. What the hell are you talking about? You surfing the bay? Go look. Yeah, exactly. I work with a guy who used to, who would surf. He would surf every morning before work. Yeah, serving MOD is right. And he would surf down in Ponce Inlet, which is just south of Daytona Shores, just north of New Smyrna Beach. And there's an inlet, hence they call it Ponce Inlet. And you have a jetty that sticks out pretty far, and that's where all the bait fish come. And so the waves are great because they bounce against that jetty, but it's also where all the sharks are. And if you've ever seen any videos of like that overhead helicopter shot or drone shot, and there's like 40,000 sharks in the water, that's literally the place that it is. And he would go out there and he'd be like, I've never lost an arm. So that's how it's pronounced. I always said New Smyrna. My mom says New Smyrna, but the locals, because I work down there they say Smyrna, New Smyrna. But if you say it fast, it sounds like Smyrna. New Smyrna. There's some good restaurants down there, though. A good beach. There's a good beach. You're a regular oceanographer. No wonder you wrote "The Sea Was Angry." I can tell you exactly why with science. Exactly. Science! But it yelled out loud enough that anybody out there heard me. But yeah. A lot of science shit going on, you know. So where are you going to put all these grass clippings? because the grass is very high, and the guy's just raking shit up. This guy just took the blower out. I wonder if they're going to use 2 blowers, 3 blowers. Could each have like 6 blowers each, like an octopus. So they swept it into 2 piles, and now I want to see if they're going to just blow this shit into the street. Fuck it. Like, I don't care. But I'm just saying. They're looking this way and they're talking, and somebody's probably like, yeah, this guy's where are you coming? Don't come to my house. All right, good. Looked like he was walking to the front door. I hate when people walk into my front door. Oh, so they were looking on the side. I guess they missed the spot because the guy pointed, and then the other guy got on the riding mower and went in that direction. I hope they close these fucking side gates too. When the pest control guy comes out to spray, he leaves the gate open, which annoys the shit out of me. Hypercolor shirts, popular in the 1990s, faded from popularity for several reasons. The company that invented the technology, Genera, went bankrupt due to mismanagement and overproduction in 1992. Damn you, Genera! Damn you! I'd be wearing that shit right now. Additionally, the color changing effect, achieved through thermochromatic dye, was not very durable and could be damaged easily by washing, ironing, or even prolonged sun exposure. Plus, it gave everybody cancer. I don't know if that's true. It just seems like one of those things that we did in the 80s and the 90s that comes back to bite you on the ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good. So the guy is... They have like old mulch bags. And he's basically just filling a mulch bag with all of the excess. Which is fine. I thought it was because of all the adolescent boys grabbing the girls to put their handprint on their boobs. Not everybody was as cool as you in high school, Tom Duffy. Wearing mascara. Looking like Gary Newman. Young people live in cars. My wife worked a little later last night. But she did make hamburger helper for dinner, which was awesome. I like hamburger helper. There's just something so American about it. Anyway, and then I watched, we watched a couple of Investigation Discovery. So there's a show, and I forget what the name of it is. It's called like Unknown Serial Killers, I believe. I believe that's the name of it, and it's not Ted Bundy and all the same ones, John Wayne Gacy. It's not all that bullshit. It's people you literally never heard of, and these people have killed like 30 and 40 people each. So the 4th episode came out last night, and we watched that. Oh, he's he's trimming the hedges. Good. The last people refused to do it. So we watched that, and then I watched, I don't know, about 6 hours of Live PD. I love that. I just love that show. Nick says, speaking of fashion, where are my Zubaz? You know what I'm saying? I have a great couple of pictures for when I was in high school, and me and George Martin. My mom had come down to visit my aunt in Jupiter, not the planet, Jupiter, Florida. And then about 2 weeks later, me and George Martin and my dad, we drove down from New Jersey. And we spent like a week in Florida. It was the first time I'd ever been to Florida, first time George had ever been to Florida. And in the pictures, I'm wearing like these silver and black Zubaz pants. And then in another picture, George is wearing the same pair. Because we basically were like, oh, let's just bring like 18 pairs of these, and then we'll just wear them when. And so we both were wearing them. It was really ridiculous, if you ask me. I also had in several of the pictures an "Avoid the Noid" shirt. God, I bet you I can still get that shirt. I bet you. Miss Frank says that was a problem isolated to an area in upstate New York. Yeah, all the boob grabbing. Armand Nick Zinn is talking gibberish again. Yeah, I don't know what he's saying. Yeah, Raiders colors it was exactly, and that's why I bought them. Silver and black. I also had red, a good pair of red and blue ones for the Red Sox. And I also had a pair of red with black and white. And I bought them because I thought they kind of looked like Eddie Van Halen's guitar. But everybody was like, oh, New Jersey Devils? And I'm like, yeah, that's why I bought them. That was it, the Devils. That's why. I mean, you could wear those with any shirt, any, but mostly with the Avoid the Noid domino shirts. Exactly. Is this the year MondoCon has the mugs with a picture of you and the dwarf on it? No. No, it is not. Speaking of which, I actually talked to Chris Adler today. And he's getting, I got a logo that he's going to be putting on mugs. So we will have mugs, and I think Shelly is ordering. I think she's actually sitting downstairs right now, Tom, ordering some items with the logo on it. So I was gonna do the midget, and then I was like, and then I started playing on Canva, like drop it in and doing the logo, and I was like, it's just too much work. And I had a logo that I had done a couple last year, like 3 different ones. And I picked the one, like, you know what, we're just going to do this one. And then the next, and then when I went in, I'm like, I'm just going to pick one of these other ones. And then boom, that's it. So, but maybe I'll do the dwarf next year. Who can say? I guess she's a little person. She's a little person. Plus, I don't know if Shelly would really be happy with that, and then having to go find pens and notebooks and totes and whatever else, you know. Did you have to pretend to lift weights when you wore those pants? Oh yeah. A lot of people in my school, all the jocks wore them, and they would wear them with their football jerseys. Or they would wear them with their macho Gold's Gym, no sleeves, your belly is sticking out, like those cottony, stupid shirts. They would wear them with that all the time. They would all be in gym class when we had like weightlifting one semester. They would all be in there lifting weights in their pants. I would not be lifting weights in my pants. Or they'd wear them with their sleeveless, avoid the noise. Exactly. Exactly. My avoid the noise shirt, it had sleeves. Mullet and mustache. You get very thin mustache, very cool mullets. on my wire wind Dharma, that was me. On my some dude just took a picture of my little free libraries, as if that fucking guy knows how to read. He's laughing at something. Somebody says something fucking funny. Why are you closing that up, you moron? The guy's closing up and he left one of the fucking riding mowers on the lawn. Too busy laughing at something. Too busy laughing. Now he's dancing and singing. God only knows what awful music they listen to. Damn kids. Did someone put a kick me sign on it? That was a big thing. That was a big thing in my high school. Fucking kick me signs. Somebody put one on me once when I was in lunch, and then I was leaving, and then somebody kicked me, and then instead of just reaching back and taking it off, I knew it was there. I could feel it, and then I saw my girlfriend at the time, Yana, and I put my back to the wall, and I'm like, "Do me a favor, just reach back and take this off." And she's like, "What? What is it?" I said, "It's just a sign. Take it." Well, what does it say? I said, "Just please take it off." And I was trying to reach it and I couldn't reach it. And then she was like, "Well, just try to let me see." I was like, "Motherfucker, no! Pull this." I was so pissed at her. Just fucking reach back and pull the goddamn thing off. You don't have to get mad. Yeah, I'm getting mad. I'm gritting my teeth. Then she finally reached back there and took it off. And she's like, "Oh, somebody put a kick me sign." I was like, "No fucking shit." Listen, she wasn't the smartest, but she could do some things. You know what I'm saying? 17 years old, chick could do some things. Did you ever have spit flick fights in school? No. No, we're not uncivilized. Where do you think I went to school? Sayreville? I think they did a good job. Good enough, you know what I'm saying? Frank, did you see the dude, what's his name? PJ, whatever the hell, from Trickster? Did you see the interview with him? Or I knew it! They said, the question was basically about Sebastian Bach, and his thing was basically, "Shut up already. They don't want you back in the band. It's been 30 years. You got a good enough career yourself. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everybody's sick of hearing about it." I thought that was great. Can't wait for Sebastian to fire back. Although I'm guessing that comes out of the loyalty because Trickster has done a bunch of state fairs and shit with Skid Row and probably hasn't done anything with Sebastian Bach. I just told you. Literally just told you. You could look it up, though. If you so choose. I'm going to look it up right now. Trickster. Skid Row. Trickster's Pete Loran. I don't know why. Oh, yes, I guess it's a Peter. Doesn't understand why Sebastian Bach is obsessed with getting back in Skid Row. Let it go, man. And Bach was like, "Who are you?" Probably more than likely. He's tired of hearing about Sebastian Bach pining for a reunion with his former band Skid Row. Loran, who hasn't played a full concert with Trickster since 2017, addressed a possible renewed collaboration between Bach and Skid Row in a 7-minute video posted on his YouTube channel. So basically, he was like, your old pal Sebastian Bach ranting, or not ranting this time, not airing out his dirty laundry and his family leaving him and all that stuff. This time he says that he has never listened to his replacement singers in his band Skid Row. He's never listened to any of those records. Never listened to them. Not once. Do you believe him? Laughs. I don't believe him. Come on, man. If it was me, I'd listen to him. I'd find everything I could to make fun of it or whatever. Just like you can make fun of what's going on here. I have no idea. Anyway, that's another story. He's like, I don't know why he's so obsessed with getting back in the band. He does real well on his own, and he gets the lion's share of the money. If he had gotten back in Skid Row, he'd at best be cut equally, probably get less. But the reality is those guys don't want him back. They don't want him back just as much as they didn't want him back 30 years ago. Today they're just as adamant about it, and they're tired of talking about it. Laughs. I'm tired of hearing about it, man. I mean, dude, let it go. You're doing just fine, bruh. I added that last bruh part in. Isn't that the guy that plays keyboards under the stage? No, he was the singer at Trickster. Here's a funny story. Want to hear a funny story? He's never told this story. Back in 1989, my old band Trickster was recording our first record in LA. Beginning in 1989, Skid Row's first album came out. They immediately went out on tour with Bon Jovi. Later that year, late summer, MTV had a video award show, and he was there. He actually talks about that show because he was there with Christina Applegate. You remember Christina Applegate from Married with Children? She's been in several movies. She's a great actress. But he did a podcast where he was talking about a TV show that she did where they were asking her, you were dating Brad Pitt in 1989 and you broke up with him for some mystery rock star. Who is that guy? And she was totally mortified. She did not want to talk about it. She was so pissed. And he brings it up on this podcast going, it was me. Laughs. He's right. It was him. I saw them together. He's totally right about that. But the point I'm getting to is where we were at that award show too. Just by chance we got invited. So I heard he was there. I wanted to go talk to him. I hadn't seen him in a while because back in the day, a few years prior, many centuries later, our bands were doing shows together. We were doing clubs, and neither one of the bands were signed, and we were doing clubs together. As a matter of fact, we did shows with Skid Row's old singer before he got replaced by Sebastian. That would be Matt. And so backstage, we'd all hung out and talk. And Sebastian was a cool guy. He was totally chill. He was down to earth, seemed normal to me. They put their record out, got immediate success, big success. And so I said, hey, let me go talk to my old buddy Sebastian. And I walked up to him, and he was a completely different guy. Huge rock star attitude. Loud, over the top. And I was just like, all right. And the following night, we actually saw him at a club with Christina Applegate. So they were definitely a thing. And we said hello, whatever, for a couple minutes, and that was it. And that was really the last time I've ever been face to face with him. There you go. And then he talks about a lot of other stuff, but I'm sick of talking. There you go. Bet you Bach still has his Zoom. Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's got a closet full. Very natural. Thank you. It was like I became the lead singer of Trickster, who hasn't played with a full band since 2017. I know the other guy's still the guitar player with Steve Brown. He's still out there playing all the time Trickster songs, acoustic Trickster. He played and wrote a bunch of the new Ace Frehley album. This guy sounds like he's still pissed he got booed off the stage at Nassau Coliseum. Yeah. I never saw a Trickster at a big show like that, but I saw them at Club Benet. I told you, me and George went and saw them at Trade Winds. We were the only guys there, It was all like 14-year-old little girls. In fact, at Club Benet, did they play Club? Yeah, they played at Club Benet, and then Ted Poley of Danger Danger and Bruno Vervel of Danger Danger and the CJ Snares of Firehouse. All three of those guys came on for the encore, and they all sang something. One of their Give It To Me Good, maybe? I don't know. One of their songs. That's not Trickster. The hell was the big Trickster song back in there? Wasn't it that one? Yeah, it was that one. I like Trickster. I even liked some of their, a few of their later songs. Not all of them, but good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of writing in on this story, but I did finish the Drabble, and I did finish a chapter for me and Tom. So, Tom, whenever you feel like, writing, Baby Don't Treat Me Good. No, I don't believe that was the song. I think it was Baby Don't Treat Me Not Well. I think that's the song you're thinking of from the Fire Hose. Ah, good times. Good, rollicking times. Good times. I would remind everybody to subscribe or resubscribe, and also to follow me on YouTube. I found the Kiss Rum Black Diamond on deep discount at the grocery store. Still didn't get it. I have a bottle, and I think we opened it, and I thought it was good. I even have the bottle of their cold gin, which I have not checked because I'm not really a huge gin fan. Yesterday, Shelly touched base with the venue for her 50th birthday party, and one of the things we got to hire their bartender, and so she had messaged them and basically said, what do we need? What is your suggestions? Now, maybe there's gonna be like 80 people there, and basically it was maybe 20 of them will drink alcohol, if that. Most of these people are going to be God-fearing Baptist Southerners who do not drink the devil sauce. She got a couple of friends, 3 friends that she knew when she went to college. They're going to be there, and their mom, and they drink, but they're not like alcoholics. They just, they drink. Miss Frank still hasn't opened his Kiss Rum. I might not have opened it either. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to look. But they're like, okay, so you have 80 people, so you're gonna need 240 beers and a case of white and a case of red wine. And then here's a list of you're gonna need like 5 bourbons and 5 rums and 5 tequilas and 5 this and 5. And she was like, okay, thanks. I was like, no. I said, you're going to need, 20 beers. Not 240. See you later, Nick. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. And then I'm like, no. I said, I'm just going to take shit from my bar and put it in a crate or two. And we're going to bring that, and people are going to drink that. Then you're going to buy, a case of beer and some yeah, one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. That's total what I'm bringing. I'm like, people aren't going there to get super drunk. And I already said anybody under 40 is not allowed to drink. None of the kids or 20-year-olds are going to be drinking at this party. Yeah, what Frank said. There you go. So, there it is. That's my story. Sad but true. Oh, good times. Yeah, I'm not gonna get to this next page. Though I hit 4 yesterday or something crazy like that. So, for those of you who hung out, I will be on tomorrow, obviously on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Chuck will be the one drunk guy, probably. Chuck lost a crap ton of weight, but I think he's still drinking, so should be interesting. Oh, hands and stuff. Yeah, He'll be going after Shelly's aunts. I'm hoping since the only things I had to worry about today were them cutting the lawn, which they did, and between 2 and 4 they're going to drop off um, a Walmart order of pills and Oreo cookies. I'm like, just give me Oreo cookies. I don't want an argument. I just want a fucking box of Oreo cookies. She's like, fine. And a couple other items, the household items we need. I'm hoping that hurries up. It's like I bring that shit in. I think there's a couple of things that gotta go in the fridge. Twerking up on them. Yep, exactly. And then I think I'm taking a fucking nap. I'm taking the rest of the afternoon off. I've written things. Done with this life. Delicious. Alright, wrapping this up. It's just like, you know what? Without Nick here, what are we even doing? Alright, I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you. Hit the subscribe on YouTube. It's free, it's free. Talk to you later. What a great country music song title. I don't want an argument. I just want Oreo cookies. Probably one of my favorite Brad Paisley songs of all time. And the commercials, the tie-ins were phenomenal.